Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. We lost our signal on the last one. We're going to try this again and we'll start over. Like I was saying before, we are live right now. We just got the pickup unloaded. Was out on the road a couple weeks ago. Finally just got to getting the truck unloaded. Brought a big load of parts home from a yard that I typically try to hit a couple of times a year. He's basically retired and not really open to the public anymore, but he usually lets me in. And we always end up with a big, diverse load of pieces and parts that we end up coming up with out of there. Plus, he also was kind enough to let me do some video while we were there. So we're going to be getting those videos up as well here in the near future. So that being said, we'll go ahead and get rolling. We'll start checking out some of this stuff before we start sorting it out. I'll get some of it will stay in my shop here to get processed. Some of it will go to the yard to be stored. Some of it's my dad's. He'll take to his shop and start processing. So we're going to flip the camera around. We'll start taking a look at this. As always, any questions or comments, be sure to throw them up there. And if you have any specific questions after the fact, just give me a shout, 620-786-4428. That number's on the page. So give me a call, throw up any questions you've got. We'll take a quick walk around this stuff and check it all out. And you can see what's coming up here soon. So here we go. Pickup still here, still opened up. Literally just unloaded all of this stuff, and it's a very, very diverse collection is what we typically end up with. Our Bill's here. Glad you made it, Bill. Wore out from walking Hershey, but he's made it. That's good. But like I said, a pretty big load of stuff. We'll just start off right over here, and we'll kind of work our way around, and there's a little bit of everything in here. Start off just right here, 63 era Chevy 2-door post left door. It's got a dent in it, but it's a super solid door. Chevy truck grill. Now this is out of like a big truck, like a C50, C60. However, that grill will fit a pickup. I think you've got to redo a couple of the mounting brackets, but it will work. Big Job's on with us. Glad you made it, Big Job. Like I said, we got a ton of stuff here. There's some moldings for a 70 Skylark 4-door, something you don't always come across. This pile of moldings here, really, really tough to find stuff. These came off of a 1964 Buick Special 2-door post. These are all the moldings that go around the windows and around the quarter glass for a 2-door sedan 64-65 GM A-body. Those are extremely difficult to find. I've had a lot of calls for those in the past. Have not had anything in stock before, but we do have those. So, taillight assembly, some other side moldings off the little Buick as well. Console, taillight, and a few other miscellaneous pieces off of a late 70s Dodge Magnum. Super cool cars that really don't get a lot of appreciation for what they are. A lot of miscellaneous stuff. Top Raider support bar for a 55-56 GMC, a single skirt for a 71-76 Chevy, 77 Cutlass grill. Dakota, need a tailgate off a D100. It depends on what year tailgate you need. I don't have any in this load, but I do have a lot of Dodge tailgates. Got a luggage rack off of a Chevette. I had to take that off just because you never see a luggage rack on a Chevette. Here's some C-pillar molding, 71-73 Caprice Impala 2-door. Some trim here for a 65 Fairlane 2-door hardtop, some quarter molding pieces, some C-pillar pieces, back window moldings. 1970, I don't think I've got a tailgate for a 1970 Dodge. I know I don't have one specifically for a 70. I don't know how many years that covers, so I'm not sure on that, but I know I don't have one that's specifically 70. Back window moldings for a 63 Fairlane 2-door hardtop. This batch of stuff here is pretty interesting. 1967 Ford Galaxy XL 2-door hardtop. Taillights, XL trunk badge, side moldings. I believe that's all XL only trim. So that's some pretty tough pieces to find. Some moldings for about a 70 Ford full-size 2-door hardtop with a big, huge sweeping C-pillars. Those are pretty unique moldings. Quarter window out of a 72 Vega. Bunch of 67 Impala 4-door hardtop trim. Those are all side moldings for a 67 Impala 4-door hardtop. That stuff's getting really tough to find. Those Impalas are super popular. A lot of good pieces there. 75, 76 Pontiac Granville pieces, headlight bezels, tail light assemblies, rear filler panel. Big Job. Sitting under the asphalt silo watching. Hey, at least you're on with us. That's all that matters. So a lot of 75, 76 Granville parts. Those 70s era GM big car stuff is getting so tough to find. Always like grabbing a hold of some of that. This next batch we got here is a pretty big load of 70 Torino parts. 1970 Torino 2-door hardtop. Right front fender, it's dented. It's kind of pushed in on the side, but no rust in it. Even down here in the dog leg, it's got surface rust, but it's not rusted out. So that's a pretty tough piece to find. A lot of trim, the quarter windows, headliner bows, hood latch assembly, quarter extensions, all kinds of miscellaneous pieces for a 70 Torino two-door hardtop. Something else we've got sitting here that's getting really tough to find are these little mid-60s GM vans, 65, 66 era Chevy and GMC vans. Doors for one, headlight bezels. Those little flat-faced vans are getting really tough to find, and the pieces for them are even tougher. So managed to drag a few pieces in off of one of those. We'll kind of work our way over here. 1968 Mercury Monterey two-door hardtop, a bunch of trim for one of those and some dash pieces. Those are a really unique car that you don't see very often. 66 Impala two-door hardtop, a bunch of roof rail trim and moldings out of a 66 Impala two-door hardtop. Some back window moldings for a 68 Special wagon. Any of those A-body wagons, that stuff's getting so hard to find. Work our way up here to this stack, and here's some really unique stuff. 1966 Chevy Bel Air station wagon parts, rear quarter windows with moldings, the whole tailgate assembly, the complete tailgate assembly off of that 66 Bel Air wagon. Side moldings off the wagon, some of the interior trim off the wagon. Any of this wagon stuff, tough to find, and a good solid gate for a full-size 66. So even look down along the bottom, and it looks good, and it's not rotted away. 66 Cutlass taillights. And we'll work our way over here to another batch of wagon stuff. This is 1964 Impala wagon. A lot of interior trim pieces, some tailgate pieces. Got the wide trim piece off the back of the tailgate. Obviously Impala wagon only stuff. So there's some hard to find pieces. Some 78 Malibu two-door trim pieces. Ashtray for a 73 Caprice. Like I said, this is just kind of whatever, wherever, as we're working our way through the yard of what we end up with. And some of the windows out of that 68 Special wagon, the quarter windows and the back glass as well. So that's kind of what we got. Some of the stuff's going to go on eBay. Some of it will go to the yard to be stored, but it is all for sale. So like I said, I can't stack everything in my shop here as I'm working through it, but a really, really diverse and a really big load, considering this was all stuffed in the back of my pickup. We had her packed in there pretty good because it was all right in there. We had it packed pretty tight and even had the cover down. So we had a lot of stuff in there, especially when you consider there's some good sized sheet metal in this batch. So anyway, like I said, I don't always do just the parts loads on a video, but there was so much stuff here and so much diversity in it that, you know, a little bit of everything, literally. Dakota says wagons are the best. He needs one in his life. I think everybody needs a wagon or two in their life personally, because obviously I'm a huge wagon fan and always love finding cool wagon pieces because I know everybody's going to need that stuff. So anyway, like I said, don't know what you guys think of this. Don't do these a lot when I just come in with a load of parts, but there was so much stuff here that I figured this was probably the easiest way to show it. And as always, if you've got any questions about it after the fact, 620-786-4428. You can always give me a call and be more than happy to talk to you about some of it. So let me know what you guys think. If you're interested in the parts videos as well as the car videos, just let me know, because we can sure do some of these too as big loads of parts come in. But just a ton of stuff on this particular load. Stay tuned. We're going to have a regular episode coming up tonight. Went to a farm sale yesterday and got 4 of them at the farm sale. It was a Ford day at the farm sale for me. They had about a dozen or 15 vehicles. The majority of them there were Fords. Not everything, but a lot of them were. But everything I ended up with were Fords. So stay tuned. That's going to be coming up tonight. All I did on the video tonight is going to be a quick walk around the pasture exactly where I bought them. So as we get those drug in, we'll give you better videos. But tonight's going to be a walk around the pasture right immediately after the farm sale, so you can see which ones are coming home with me. So thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you jumping on, hanging out with us for a few minutes, checking out what we've got going on today. Stay tuned. New episode coming tonight of the Farm Auction Pasture Fords. So stay tuned for that, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we will see you tonight on that video. Dakota likes the parts videos, so thanks, Dakota. Appreciate that. If you guys dig the parts videos just like the car videos, we can sure start doing these as I bring big loads in. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your afternoon to hang out, check out what we've got going on, and we will see you tonight with the Farmyard Fords.